So having ADHD all this time and being undiagnosed, I'm in my 50s. I just self-diagnosed myself. I took a bunch of assessment tests, read a bunch of books, went a deep dive into YouTube and other places where I found out like, oh my gosh, I have this thing. I have this ADHD thing. But I've over the years have overcome a lot of the different traits and things that are inherent in ADHD just because it was just things that I didn't like about myself that I wanted to make better. So here are the things that I've done. I'm going to go through kind of the list of things. Some of the things that I was surprised about ADHD and that I've done things about. Clumsy was one of them. I just am way more careful than I think most people, even just walking, because I could trip and fall at any second. So I have to be really mindful of that. I leave cabinets open, I come back and hit my head on them, stuff like that. So I'm really mindful after I leave a room to look back and make sure I remember everything. So it's just like one of those things that I've just kind of incorporated in my life. I struggle to make decisions about things in my life. I'm doing a challenge right now to post 4 videos. So I think that's part of how I'm overcoming just to start recording, right, for a YouTube channel. So that's, get people involved that you want to collaborate with, and then, do a challenge for yourself. That's what I would recommend for anybody that's struggling to make decisions or struggling in the research phase of something, analysis paralysis. I would say that get involved in a group that has a set goal. One of the things is starting things but not finishing them. And for me, how I've overcome that again is to go back into like a group type of situation and that have a shared goal. And when you have co-collaborators like that, or just collaborators like that, you then become so much better at finishing the goal. I find it much harder when it's just me by myself trying to do something. So I really try to, things I really, really want, I try to find a group so that we can do stuff together, and I'll have like an accountability partner or something like that. But you need to be held accountable. And if you look back at your successes, you will find that every time you've actually achieved something, it's been like, through a group or a shared goal. Like if you think of school and how come you did so well, it's because you had peers and you had teachers and they were holding you accountable and you had to show up, every day to get your stuff done. It's the same way in real life, it is. Just the idea of just like bedtime procrastination, staying up late kind of thing. I thought it was always me, but I guess it's ADHD. And I guess that's what I like to do. Is set like a little bit of an alarm clock or have like a deadline kind of at the end, like by 10, I'm turning off my social media and I could do anything I want after that, but I cannot watch anything. It's just how, because I end up staying up too late watching too much TikTok or something like that beyond what I really want. So I had to think ahead of time and kind of create like a little rule for myself. And then I'll just shut it down. Like if I go, okay, I'm just going to do this one night. I don't make it a big, long, committed thing because I have commitment issues. So then that's what you do. That's what you just set a rule for yourself and you just try it. You try it for a couple of days to see how it goes as a test. And then if you feel better and you get more rest during the night, then hey, you've done a great thing. The other one is impatience. In terms of like, let's say driving or being in a line somewhere, I have to kind of prepare myself that might happen. And that's really helped me a lot, overcome the impatience of it all. And who knew that was an ADHD thing? But I have known that I have been impatient for things. I was too impatient to even go to a 4-year art school. I had to go to a 2-year, in my youth, it was worse. But now as I get older, I prepare myself where there might be a line to get, whatever it is I need to get or buy. If a lot of people want that thing, or if I'm going somewhere at lunchtime and I'm getting food or something like that, I have to just I want to stay in this line that's like 8 people long. And sometimes I'm like, no, and then I just leave, and that's okay. It's impatience, but it's fine. I've made my decision and I stand by it, right? Things with like traffic and stuff like that, I always say to myself, are you in a hurry where you're going? Because if somebody like cuts you off or it's just bumper to bumper traffic and you're getting impatient, are you in a rush? Do you really need to get to that place by X time? Then don't sweat it. And even if you do, because like there's been a few times where I had an appointment and it's like I'm in traffic and I'm not going to make that appointment. I just call them and I say, hey, I'm in traffic, and it's okay. So I try to kind of just make it not a big deal, because impatience comes from making something bigger than it is. So I try to like diminish the importance of it so that I don't create more problems for myself. Because when you act out of impatience, you create a scenario for yourself that could bite you back in the butt, as school did for me. But or just like, you know, becoming like angry for no reason. There's no point and no reason to become angry like that, in my opinion. But the overactive imagination, so I always thought that it was hyperactivity, ADD, right? I always thought, oh, it's just a person that's kind of fidgety and it's always moving around. Well, I'm not really like that. I have never been like that. I remember that being around people like that and just being amazed at how fidgety they are. But what it turns out, my symptom was, is that was internalized. So all the fidgetiness and moving around all the time was in my head. If you can find something that will take your attention and focus it, and also your hands, and focus your attention on your hands and your mind, that is the thing that's going to make something happen for you. Like video games are a really great thing for this. I don't do video games, but I have a lot of female friends that have ADHD that play video games. Some of them are that Candy Crush thing, but others are like Mario Kart and things like that just help them kind of process all of this information in their head and funnel it into an action like that. For me, doing art, drawing has really helped me. Like playing music and creating art has been so helpful for stress release, for anxiety release, for just calming me down and focusing me on one thing. The other thing that's been so helpful, and I've actually started a business around it, is jigsaw puzzles. So once I lock into a puzzle, it's really great for me to stop the overthinking in my head. So I will lock into a puzzle, I will lock into a puzzle and then do like, put in a movie or something that I like, that I don't have to look at, like that I've seen a lot, that brings me comfort, like a comfort movie. And I'll have little snacks and I'll have my jigsaw puzzle, and I'll be like in my little happy place. And for me, that's amazing. But I don't know, you may have your own idea of a jigsaw puzzle. Maybe it's crossword puzzles, maybe it's a word find. It's basically using your mind and your hand at the same time. That's like the key. But video games are a really good, a good one. And also exercising with music, that's another really good one, to be able to lock in and turn off your brain from just any kind of movement inside. I hope this helps. I started a company called Bitty Puzzles because of it, because I just wanted other people that had a hyperactive imagination, and also wanted to help with like things like Alzheimer's, or just calm them down and have less anxiety. So it is called Bitty Puzzles. I did have them, they're in my link. They're 100-piece puzzles. They are entry-level puzzles. They are not 1,000-piece puzzles that are overwhelming. Because if you haven't ever done a puzzle or haven't done one in a long time, going into a 1,000-piece puzzle or even a 500-piece puzzle, it can be overwhelming and you don't want to do it. But a 100-piece puzzle, it's doable. Takes you half an hour, fun. But that's just my own little plug for my own thing. But I'd love to hear some of the things that you've overcome and how you deal with your symptoms of ADHD. As a newly self-diagnosed person in my 50s, I am just curious to see how people have dealt with it themselves. Just for not only building community, but just like hearing other people's stories. It's totally interesting to me. So like and follow for more, subscribe. Would love to have you in this little world. Take care, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.